In the first part, we're going to talk about and working how to give an exponential form when you're given in radical form. So in our first example, we have the 7th root of x to the third. So in order to give an exponential form, that means we have to give it where the exponent is in a fraction form. So to be in exponential form, first I'm going to write my base, and then the number, what's going to be my numerator, is the exponent that's inside, so 3, over my denominator, which will be the index, the number that's outside the radical, which is 7. So x to the power of 3 over 7. That will be my final answer. And that's all you have to write when asked to give an exponential form. In example 2, we have the 5th root of 2mp to the 6th power. Now notice how I put parentheses on a 2mp. It means that this whole thing is being raised to the 6th power. So if it has parentheses, and then your answer should be also kept in parentheses. Unless you are asked to distribute the exponent, which in this case you're not. But again, if you are not asked being to distribute the exponent, then keep the parentheses. So I'm going to write my base first, so which is 2mp. And the reason we have parentheses is because we have multiple parts, meaning I have a 2, I have the m variable and a p variable, being raised by the same exponent, which is 6. Now, when we put in exponential form, or also known as the rational exponent form, the exponent that's inside the radical, that will be my numerator, 6, and then my index, the number that's outside the radical, will be to the 5th. So it's 2mp being raised to the power of 6 over 5, and then this will be my final answer. And then just a reminder, if you have a base with multiple parts and it's in parentheses, keep it in parentheses unless you are asked otherwise, meaning like distributing the exponents and then working it out. In this part, we're being asked to give in radical form based on our problems, whereas given in rational exponent form or exponential form. So in our third example, we have m to the power of 4 over 9. So when we're trying to convert into radical form, so I'm going to write my base, which is m, and then what's in my numerator, that will be the exponent inside, and then what's in my denominator, that will be my index on the root, such as this. Now, earlier, I gave you a different form, which you can rewrite it as this. The 9th root powered by 4. Either way, these two forms are acceptable. So you can give me the form in the left or the form on the right. Doesn't matter to me, but usually we would give it in this format most of the time. So again, the form on the left is usually used most of the time, but it's okay if you use the form on the right that I'm boxing right now. Either form is acceptable. So this is our answer in radical form for m to the power of 4 over 9. So my numerator is the exponent that are inside on the m, or is outside, whereas the denominator is the index for the radical. In this fourth example, we have 3f to the power of 3 over 5. Alright, so I'm going to convert into radical form, excuse me. So I'm going to write my base, which is 3f, in parentheses. And so the numerator is the exponent, so I'm going to put the 3 on the inside. And I'm going to put my radical with the index, which is my denominator, so to the 5th root. So this will be my answer. Now, if you were to write the other form, it would look like this. And the other form does not require parentheses. So I'm going to write 3f with the radical to the 5th root, and then raising the whole thing by the 3rd power. So here, I don't have parentheses on the 3f, but I put parentheses on the whole thing, the 5th root of 3f, when I'm raising it to the exponent power, which in this case to the 3rd. So you can either write in the first form, that's the one I'm boxing right now, which is the 5th root of 3f being raised by the 3rd power, or the cube of the 5th root of 3f. So in either form, I still have a set of parentheses. And the first one is inside because I have 2 parts for my base, the 3 and the f. Whereas over here, I have parentheses because I'm raising this radical by the 3rd power. So either form works. Doesn't matter which one you give me, they're both acceptable as long as it is written correctly.